Very good morning to everyone. Thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you for your patience with us while I was fighting valiantly with technology. As usual, I'd like to ask everyone to make sure that their monitors are muted to ensure that you ask one question at a time, please. When you're done asking your question, please ensure that you mute immediately so we can preserve the quality of the sound. We'll start with Zahir, Ken, Nathan.
Hi, Temba. Well done on the test series. Obviously, coming into a different format now, how much momentum can you take from that into a series like this? Does that even matter what you achieved 2 weeks ago into this series?
How's it, Zaire? Good afternoon to everyone. Yeah, I think momentum is a real thing. I think you would have seen in the first test, after going down in the first game, then the Wonders test, we managed to get some momentum, and how that carried us through the whole series. I do think momentum is a thing. Obviously, it's different format, different skill set, different type of pressure, but I think, from a momentum and confidence point of view, that's well within the team, and we'll be relying on that, leaning on that to help inspire the other new guys and really get us through the challenges and pressures that we'll be facing over the next 3 games.
Ken?
Thanks, Sips. Hi, Temba. Congratulations on the test win and all you did. Just looking at the ODI series, I guess the big question in the South African squad is whether you're comfortable going with just 5 bowlers, or whether you're looking for a batsman who can be the sixth guy. As a captain and taking power conditions into account, where do you kind of lie in that debate?
Yeah, look, I think as a captain, you always like to have as much resources as you can have from a bowling front. You accept that one bowler isn't going to hit his straps on the day, so to be able to have an adequate replacement for him is a luxury to have. So, like you rightfully say, it is something that we have to settle down on. The selectors still have to get together with the coach to finalize that playing 11. But yeah, I would like to have as much options as I can, considering the balance and everything of the team.
Afternoon, Temba. Can you just provide us with a status report on Quinton? Is he mentally and physically prepared for the ODIs? We know he had a family matter to attend to over the past couple of weeks.
I'm not aware of any physical issues with Quinton. I'm not aware of any mental issues with him either. Yes, he had his issues, well, not issues, but he had his commitments with his family, with his wife giving birth. But he's here at the team now. He's been training with the guys. So yeah, as far as I know, Quinton is fit and healthy.
Hi, Temba. Temba, obviously you were injured in the Sri Lanka series, but I'm just wondering, how is this top 4 or 5 going to shape up, considering you've got so many guys competing for that opening batting role? Like, have you settled on a formula there?
Yeah, the last time I played was Sri Lanka, where I got injured. Feels like 2 years ago. But I think in terms of the opening, I'm looking at the guys we have here. There's obviously Quinton up front. There's Yanam and Malan. Those guys, have done fairly well. So I don't see that changing. I obviously come back into the picture at number 3. And then, yeah, it's probably more the middle order, whether we want to go with the extra batter or an all-rounder at 6. I think that's probably the real conversation that needs to happen. But in terms of openers, I think Quinton and Yana Malan have done very well over the last while.
Telford?
How's it, Temba? Just on Quinton de Kock, considering the drama of his test retirement the other day, what's it like to have him back now? He's a hell of a player, we know that, but is it a bit awkward having him back in the dressing room and among the guys after the way he left?
It's good to see Quinny again. We obviously miss him, as the test team. But he's obviously made his decision, and that's a decision that we respect. So yeah, having Quinny again within the team, it's been good, and knowing Quinny, he will have a point to prove. I don't want to speak or put words in his mouth, but he'll have a point to prove. And I'm sure he's also, I'm as excited as we are to see him within the team.
Amitabha?
Hi, Quinton, is Amitabha from Crickview, India. Congratulations on winning the test series. Secondly, I want to ask about, how are you looking at this Indian team as an ODI outfit? And are you having Marco Jansen as one of the bowlers in the ODI setup?
Yeah, let me start with the last question.
Indian.
Yeah, Marco has obviously been drafted into the ODI squad. I think the world has seen what cricketing abilities he has, and the X factor ability. So I think that was really a no-brainer to get him into the white ball and to see that his skill display there. And he's obviously a guy who will come strongly into contention when we speak about the team. In terms of the Indian outfit, look, it's obviously a strong white ball team or ODI squad that they've put out. We'll be giving them the respect that they deserve, like we do to any other team. We're not expecting this one-day series to be any easier. We know that it's going to be a tough, especially considering the test series. And yeah, we'll be preparing as well as we can to make sure that we're ready for whatever challenge comes our way.
Reminder to please ask one question at a time. We'll move on to Niharika, then we'll move on to Tsepo.
Good afternoon, Temba. Niharika Rana this side. My question for you is that I would like to know from you, what would be the South Africa's bowling combination in terms of pacers as well as spinners, because you got a lot of quality out there. So what would be the pace and the spin attack makeup?
I couldn't hear you clearly, but in terms of, I think your question was around our bowling and combinations.
Yes, in terms of pacers and spinners.
Yeah, so I think, obviously we'll have to, considering Paul, the conditions there. Obviously, Paul is a lot different to our Highveld wickets, where Paul is a lot more on the lower side, a bit more skiddier. So, we consider, I guess, the pace bowlers who can exploit that. So, like I said, guys like Lungi, guys like Makala, guys like Marco Jansen, they come into the picture. Guys who can exploit those conditions with the new ball. And then Paul as well, is quite friendly towards the slower bowlers as well as the spinners. So again, guys like Shamsi, Maharaj, Linda, they all come into the picture. Like I said, the selectors have to finalize on that. I know they, I think, busy with that now. But everyone who's within the squad comes into that contention. I think you can respect the fact that I can't release the definite players at this point.
Thanks, Emma.
Tsepo?
How's it, Temba? A great performance in the test. My question was also going to be about the spinners specifically. We saw Sean van den Berg doing very well for the Paul Rocks here. But just to sort of pivot my question, has there been any preparation with regards to the batting against spin? We know that India are a very good spinning side, so I'm sure there was tons of preparation that you guys did. And just could you walk us through that?
Yeah, I think, the batting preparation from a slow bowling point of view, I think that's been happening for the past couple of months, for the past year, actually. And I think you would have seen the positive result that the guys displayed when we played in Sri Lanka in that previous white ball series. I think you would have seen at the World Cup as well, is that we've made positive stride in terms of how we're playing the slow bowling. And we know coming up against India, spin bowling is obviously a strength of them as a bowling unit. So that's something as well that we are aware of. And like I said, we'll prepare as well as we can to mitigate against that.
Morgan and then Ken, then we'll move on to CASA questions.
Thanks, Sips. How's it, Temba? Temba, it's been quite a while since you guys have really played a proper series in the 50-over format. Last game was half a game against Dutch. Has that put a bit more pressure on you guys heading into this massive series?
Look, I always say there's always pressure. Whether you've played last month or whether you haven't, there's always pressure. But I think there's no bigger motivation for this group of guys. We come up against a strong outfit in the Indian team, which I guess it inspires us to bring our best cricket. So yes, we might not have played much cricket in the last while. We might not have had the type of practices that we wanted as a group. But come tomorrow, we'll have to make sure that we pitch up. And we do what we need to do.
Thanks, Temba. All the best.
Thanks.
Ken?
Temba, just on you personally, in the test series, you batted with such confidence. You seem to be striking the ball really well. In terms of your batting, are you feeling like you're looking at the moment that you're in peak form?
Yeah, look, I think obviously the test series went quite well for the team, but for me personally, I think my feet seemed to move well. And like you say, I was hitting the ball quite well. So I'd like to carry on with that momentum, with that feeling. I have that opportunity again tomorrow within the ODI. People have asked me if there's anything that I've changed or is there anything that I've done differently. To be honest, no. I think I've been doing things the same. And maybe it's just a good period of good form for me. With that being said, tomorrow is tomorrow. I'm not going to be the one that's going to dwell too much on what has happened within the past. But yeah, at the moment, my feet are moving quite well and I'm hitting the ball quite nicely.
Taniso?
Thank you very much, Spogazi. Good afternoon to all our colleagues. Bye. Nathemba phela ndiyabule baniqhube kahle ku series. Njengoba ke kule series kungekho manqaku ODI Super League enifuneka niwalwele. Nizawungena njani, nizahoya njani le series?
Le series ibalulekile. Nangona ke singadlaleli manqaku kuqualifya kwi-World Cup, kodwa ibalulekile for thina. Yonke into esiyenzayo siyenzelela ukubana sikwakha for the World Cup ngo-2023. So le challenge lena sizodibana nayo izasinceda ukubana silungiselele for indebe yehlathi le ezaba ngo-2023. So lo mdlalo sodlala against i-India ubaluleke kakhulu. Yeah.
By lo mbuzo ebuziwe qha ndenzela nje for abalandeli bolwimi lwesiXhosa. Xa nijonga ibala lasephali ngaba ningadlala nespin ezimbini uKel Rahul kwela cala bekhe watsho uba becinga usebenzisa zibembini ispin.
Iphal xa usojonga ii-conditions zayo iyazinceda aba isitshayo ibhola. Nathi ke sinazo ke ezo resources abantu abafana njengooKeshav, ooShams, nooGeorge. So ukuba izinto ziyavuma, we definitely sizobasebenzisa. Abafo ke i-selectors abakhethayo sifuneke badibane ke bona bagqibe bona bayibona njani. But if ithuba likhona, definitely
Molo Temba. Owami umbuzo mna bhuti ne. Siyayazi man like the value uPrasana beza nayo yabo as an analyst. Ndifuna ubuza mna njengoba engekho nje ngubani umuntu oza nolwaluvo ingaba ke inichaphazele njani from a test series and inichaphazela njani ulungiselelo lwenu lale ODI series. Nguse bhuti.
uPrasana ngumuntu osebenze naye kakhulu. Ndathi mna ufika apha kwiqela leSouth Africa, uPrasana wayekhona and ndiyayiqonda i-value eyinikezayo apha etimini. Into endiyaziyo ubana uRevash Gobind nguye ongenileyo ngoku kulaa nkundla kaPrasana. And umuntu onjengoRevash ke ngumuntu ke owakhe ngumqeqeshi. So i-role ayidlalayo, I think ndingathi it's a bit more than i-role yakaPrasana. Andizukuthi ukubana into yokuba uPrasana engekho iyasichaphazela ngendlela embi. I think if I look at the squad sethu, we've got abantu abadlale i-cricket to know into abazinidayo to uba mabaperforme, uba mabaphumelele. And I believe ubana ezo bases sizikhavarishile apha etimini.
The last question is here.
Hi, Temba. I don't understand cause, but I think I've got the gist of Kanisha's question. In terms of, it's only about a year left to the 2023 World Cup. Would you say this is after stop-start ODIs you play and you don't play? This is the beginning of the road to 2023, and obviously it doesn't get points, but I mean, just from a team point of view, this is the start to 2023.
Yeah, I think that road to 2023, I mean, it started for me at least when I came in, my captaincy tenure. The question from Putkanyu regarding, what the series means to us is that, I mean, for us, it means a lot, as much as there's no points geared towards qualifying for the World Cup. Every one-day game is a step in that direction, in terms of us really solidifying our game, in terms of us really getting that confidence within our game. I think if you look at our T20 game as a team, I believe we've made a lot of strides there. And obviously it helped that we played a lot of T20 cricket last year. So with one-day cricket, we accept that there are margins, there are improvements that we need to make within our discipline. And this series against India will give us perfect opportunity against a strong outfit to really test ourselves and see where we need to improve, and also to see that the personnel we have are the guys we can really go forward with.
Thanks very much, Temba.
Thanks everyone for joining us. We'll chat to you guys after tomorrow's game. Have a good one.
Cheers.
Thank you. Good luck.